So, no, I'm asking you to do something, of course. Sorry, but it needs to be, I need a VR.
It's kind of like a David Lynch movie. It doesn't make sense necessarily, but it definitely makes you feel things, right? So this is my VR2 Quaker Piper and his question in regards to 4 different pieces of music that he would like us to review. I know I'm cutting this close, hopefully not too close. It is on the last day that he was asking for this to be in. So I've got one of the pieces of music playing behind me. And I am not a music guy. I'm a movie guy. I'm a film nerd. So these pieces of music the first, actually all of them. I can't say that I would call them pieces of music. Again, I don't know the terminology, but personally, I would these all reminded me of an off Broadway performance. A lot of the performance possibly even being like off the cuff or spontaneous. Nothing that could be replicated. It also, because I'm a film nerd, is because it reminds me of some art films that I have seen where they don't make sense. It's not necessarily linear or even a story. That's what these kind of reminded me of. These performances, or yeah, performances, because they all sound very live and kind of put together. They my feeling is that when with pieces of art like this, it's to set a mood, it's to set a tone, it's to kind of create this space. It's creating a space where it's allowing you to make those choice on what you're going to feel. Are you going to feel irritated by the sounds? Because I felt irritated by the first couple of these. I was like, oh man, there's no way. And I didn't watch them all the way through. They're long, I couldn't do it. But I listened to enough of each one to know, to feel and understand and kind of get that feeling. And I felt irritated the first few, the first 2, I should say. And then it got interesting. The third one was neat to look at. It was more visual because there were things going on the screen, movement. A lot of being standing or sitting still, not movement, actually just sitting there. Again, very artistic, very interesting. Not my style per se. And again, I couldn't watch all. There's no way, even if I had, like, I couldn't sit through any of those, to be real honest. The whole thing. There's no way I could do it. And that's, I don't have the attention span, I guess. But they're interesting. They set a tone. They set a mood. It's kind of like a David Lynch movie. It doesn't make sense necessarily, but it definitely makes you feel things, right? Like the story, again, isn't linear necessarily. The characters aren't talking normal or acting normal or coherent or what have you. There's things going on that you're just, what? What does that mean? But the overall product, or the overall piece of art, is exactly that, to make you feel those things, and not necessarily even making you feel pain. You could feel joy in those moments. So allowing you to feel what you personally, specifically would feel during that time. And I feel like that's what these are. Again, pieces of art to really set that tone. Unfortunately for me, it's a little too boring for me to really dig into them. That's why I like David Lynch, because it's well, of course it's visual. But these are visual as well, but there's stuff going on. Yes, it's sets a mood, and it can get long-winded or stagnant or what have you at times. But these felt too stagnant for me, too long, and it's like a Stanley Kubrick movie. There, people that hate Kubrick, I get it, because they watch a Stanley Kubrick movie and the scene goes on and on. But that's, again, that creates that style. 2001, A Space Odyssey. If you listen to that, if you listen to this, it's very similar in tone, this one specifically. And lastly, I did do one little bit of, let's see, the joy of the fish. So Antoine Berger, I don't know how to pronounce it, Freud, it looks like Freud to me, Freud, I don't know, fish. Either way, it means the joy of the fish, and it's it looks like a Chinese story or proverb. So that's pretty interesting. I did not like the music, but this is interesting to me. I hope that was what you're looking for, Mr. Quaker Piper, and congrats on the 100 subs. I hope I did not cut it too close, and have a great evening. Peace out.